is going on, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the Evan Peter podcast. This is the first one ever. I've never done one of these before, but I've decided that I want to do some type of podcasting when it comes to just talking to people, different subjects, and eventually having more people come onto the show because I think that would be really awesome, is to have some really interesting guests to talk to. But what are we going to talk about today? And today is going to be talking about YouTube and how to become a better YouTuber. All of my secrets that have helped me almost reach 10,000 subscribers. So you're gonna want to stay tuned for that, and then also just talking about some various stuff. But really, this podcast is not only going to be informational, but also getting to learn more about the people that we have on and creating conversation, because at the end of the day, that is the most interesting thing to me. So let's get started. So I want to preface how I started YouTube. It must have been easily over like 15, probably, I would honestly say, so I'm 27 years old. Sheesh, no, probably well over, oh my god, maybe 17 years. I think I started YouTube, at least making a video that was honestly horrible, but making a video back when I was like maybe 10. So I've been around YouTube for a long time. Now, obviously, I've watched YouTube kind of grow as a platform, types of videos. I'm sure you guys can remember stuff like the Charlie Bit My Finger, the Turtle Kid, which that was a great video. The whole Harry Potter puppet episode dance thing. But back to me, I really started out loving YouTube and the fact that videos were becoming a way of interacting with people in a form of content. Because really, before YouTube, you didn't really see a lot of people making videos themselves. I mean, you had to watch TV in order to see videos. And once YouTube kind of started, you had all these creators really rising. So that was a really big passion of mine starting out. And as I got older, I didn't really create videos. I just really enjoyed watching people make content that was purely for the fun of making content. It didn't seem like it was a business. It seemed like people were making videos because it was enjoyable. That was the thing back then. With your friends, you'd take out a video and just do dumb stuff. Like, I remember making a video with my brother, and we went to the park, and the whole joke of the video was that he could throw a basketball full court and swish it. Obviously, that was a really hard thing for, a young kid to do. So what we did was, he started out from one side, he threw it, and then we ended the clip, and the next clip was literally just showing the ball go into the hoop. And it was stuff like that, like obviously fun, enjoyable content that you could watch and, have a good time. So fast forward, probably when I was maybe like 13 or 14, probably 14, I got really into watching people review sneakers. That was like a really cool thing that I love. Specifically, I like Jordans, but Nike SBs, like, to me, were like the cool thing to watch people unbox. I loved the fact that someone would open a box from wherever in the world, open it, and you had a shoe like a Nike SB shoe. And if you don't know what Nike SBs are, they are a skateboarding shoe that Nike, it's been a long brand, but they do these very cool collaborations and concepts based on various different things. So I really enjoyed watching creators do that. I just loved the fact that you didn't know what was going to be opened, and then once you saw it, it was like really cool. So I'm like, this is something that I would love to do. I would love to be a YouTuber. I would love to make content as a daily job. That to me was like the coolest thing ever. And I didn't really know how to do it. And I think that's why I put it off for a long time, was I didn't know how to start. Because for me, I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I have ADHD as well as OCD. And something with ADHD people is it can be hard to really focus on one thing. So starting YouTube channels was definitely going to be a hard thing for a young kid who had ADHD. And I don't think I was going to automatically be able to do that myself. So, years go by, I'm watching all of these different YouTubers. I mean, talk about old prank videos, Roman Atwood, Vitaly. I mean, the Pooter guy. I mean, there's just so much content. Then you had the rise of Casey Neistat. I mean, PewDiePie was like the biggest YouTuber at the time, and you had T-Series, and then all of a sudden Mr. Beast came along, became this, YouTube sensation. And YouTube is obviously very different than it was before. So fast forward, maybe I'm like 24 years old. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a channel. And I'm going to start making videos. And there wasn't a focus or a niche on the channel. I think I really enjoy making content. I think this also has to do with why I want to do a podcast. Even if it doesn't get a ton of views, I just enjoy creating content. Just something I really, really like. So I started making these figure reviews. I've always loved action figures, and I started making these figure reviews. These toys called Hot Toys. Very cool stuff. Go check it out. Very expensive as well, but started making videos about that. And then Pokemon cards. COVID hit Pokemon. But the whole point of what I'm getting at is that I really enjoyed making videos. So, probably up until maybe last year, I really said to myself, you know what? I might as well just try and really put effort in and see how far this could go. Like, if I put in effort, if I post consistently, if I, try to get better as a content creator, what will happen, right? And the thing that I've always been told is, if you never try, you never know, right? It's a basic saying. But honestly, you never know until you try. So I started posting consistently, and I was noticing something, that as I made more videos, I was starting to get better at making content. And why was that? I think a large part of it is that when you make videos and maybe they don't perform well, you learn a lot from like mistakes that maybe you have made. So let's say you put out a video, it really sucks, like it's a horrible video. You obviously know like this is not good. I didn't put a lot of effort, whatever. You should at least think the next time that you make a video, maybe I should make it a little bit better. It doesn't have to be extreme. And that was always my thought. I thought I needed to make these crazy videos, something like Mr. Beast, whatever. But at least a little bit better. So maybe that's another editing technique that you add into the video, maybe whatever. But the whole point is experimenting with different things. I personally believe if you are not someone who is passionate about YouTube, I don't think you're going to do well on a platform like this. I think you really need to have that passion inside of you. I think that's why someone like Mr. Beast does a really good job as a content creator, is because he has that passion. You could see it in his old videos. Like, all he wanted was to become a YouTuber. That was his passion. And obviously, look what he's done to it. Now, thing is, not everyone is going to be Mr. Beast. Not everyone is going to be that number one person on YouTube. But I think if your intention is that you really enjoy YouTube and it's like something that fills your soul, like whatever job it may be, if you do YouTube and you're like, I feel good about doing this on a daily basis, why not try it? So I started a year, and at first I was like kind of posting content where I would do one niche and then another niche, then another, and I was like, okay, I'm not seeing a lot of views. I don't really, maybe I was doing something wrong. Like, I'd have a YouTube short that did really well, and then the rest of them I would just change up. And obviously, as a viewer, I can understand. If you're subscribed to a channel and the content creator just keeps posting different stuff, it's like, dude, what are you doing? So I started thinking more about what the perspective must have been like as a viewer. Like, if I'm a viewer, do I want to see more consistency? Yes. So I'd honestly say, truthfully, which I know honestly and truthfully, but I would say probably about 6 months ago, maybe 7 months. No, I'd say 8 months. 8 months ago is when I really started to make videos. I purchased a DJI Pocket 3, which is the device that I'm recording on now. Got a microphone off of Facebook Marketplace. And I started making content. I started making tech content. I started making sit-down discussion videos where I just talked to the camera, tried to have conversations. I made videos about phones, drone flying, and those were getting a decent amount of views. But then again, I stopped. And this has been the problem as a YouTuber for a very long time, is when you become defined by a niche. The thing about YouTube is the people that do really well, and I think for all YouTubers, you are defined by a niche. There's a niche, and a niche is just a basic way of saying what type of YouTuber you are. Mr. Beast clearly is a YouTuber who does these extreme videos. That's what people know. When they click on a Mr. Beast video, they know it's just going to be something extreme. If you watch Casey Neistat, you know that he's going to be vlogging, having these really cool different angles and just telling a story. So that's like his niche. So the point that I'm getting at is I was like changing all these different niches, but also I'm like, it's hard to be stuck to one thing. I think if you make videos, I think you would understand whatever platform you make. I think that is a problem that I think a lot of people face. So probably about 4 months ago, I'm like, all right, if I'm not gonna I need to do something about this, because I really want to become a YouTuber. I really wanted to grow my channel, and I started making YouTube shorts and videos, and I was finally able to reach 1,000 subscribers, which to me, that was like a huge goal. I had my channel for a long time. This channel here only had like 200 subscribers for a very long time, and once I started posting more consistently, I was paying attention to the analytics, which I'll get to that in a second or in a little bit. But once you pay attention to the analytics and you see that, maybe people are enjoying one content style over the other, that's going to benefit your channel. Another thing too is really researching maybe something that's trending, but where has my niche kind of gone? So what I've kind of come to the realization is that I've realized a large part of my audience are male viewers. I think YouTube in general is male viewers, but I think what a lot of my viewers like is conversation, live streams that I've done, but also funny content or just watching someone do a podcast. So a lot of my shorts, I'll do clips of Joe Rogan talking or Theo Von, or maybe like viral clips that happen. The thing is, YouTube Shorts is so great for gaining not only a following, but kind of trying to create that type of niche that you are in. So I've always loved podcasts, and this is a reason why I'm excited to do a podcast, and I want to be consistent with it and try to like reach. My first goal is honestly 20 episodes. I think that would be awesome. 20 episodes of a podcast, at least like a minimum of like 1 hour each, I feel like could be really cool. And there's so many different podcasts out there, but for me, I think what would be so cool is getting to meet different people, different perspectives, sitting down, having a conversation. If we argue, we argue. If we, agree with stuff, we agree with stuff. But I think it would be so cool to have a podcast like that. So my channel, I feel like I'm going too quick. So I hit 1,000 subscribers, and it was actually funny. This is a good story. My girlfriend, her brother and his girlfriend came over to our apartment when I was living in Boston, Massachusetts. And this is good. So I wake up in the morning. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm so happy, right? And I thought the best thing to do would be to make a video saying thank you to the people who have watched my channel. So I made it a YouTube short. I'm like, thank you to everyone for 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Literally within 30 minutes, I lost like 10 subscribers. Now, whoever you are out there, I find it like I laugh, but like, come on. Like, I made a video congratulating myself, being proud. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, then people decide to unsubscribe. And I remember going back home and I showed everyone, and we were all laughing, joking. We thought it was honestly something that was pretty funny. But the point that I'm making at is like, you have to expect as a YouTuber that you're not always going to be having people follow you. You're going to have people that unsubscribe, maybe they don't like your content anymore. Maybe they grew out of your content. And that's just a part of, content creation. Not everyone is always going to love what you do, and that's honestly okay. The real supporters, the real followers are the people that, regardless of what happens, they're there for you. And I've already had a few, subscribers that are always there. Shout out to Cade if you're still watching this. Shout out, my gosh, there's just so many people. Shout out to Cade. My gosh, I need to pull up YouTube here. Oh, geez. I mean, there's just so many people that have honestly helped me out. Cheryl, I mean, shout out to you. I mean, there's just a lot of people, but the fact now I'm at 9.7k subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'll show you guys if this focuses, but 9.76k, which is crazy. I did not think I would ever be this close to 1,000 subscribers, especially when I'm about to tell you how fast my channel has grown within the past maybe 3 months. So in the summer, I moved to New Jersey with my girlfriend, and I was like, okay, I just really want to start making videos on a consistent basis, because I always hear about people are like, you need to be consistent on YouTube, and that was always my biggest thing. Was I would make a bunch of videos, I would put so much effort into it, and then I would like become drained, and I wouldn't want to make content because I just was drained, and I was thinking too much about the type of content that I'm making, blah blah. So in the summer, I started making these like funny random videos, whether it was like using voiceovers for YouTube Shorts. And it was something that I thought was really funny, doing Mr. Beast voiceovers, all the things. And I had one video that in my opinion, changed my whole like direction when it came to YouTube. On my channel, it is a video called Mr. Beast Gave Me a New Home, and I used a voiceover, and I went into my backyard, and I had my girlfriend help me record a video of me just reacting to literally a shed, and I was acting like Mr. Beast gave me this new shed as a house, and the joke was like, it's a small shed. So I posted the video, and to be honest, I didn't know if it was going to do well, and that wasn't the point of why I made the video, but I was like, at least this is something that I think could be funny, whatever. So honestly, within like an hour, maybe a little bit longer, the video started doing really well. It hit like 5,000 views, then 10,000, then 15,000. And then by like one day, it literally almost hit well over, I think it hit well over 100,000, which I've never done that. I've never had any video that hit that much. So I'm like, okay. I go to sleep, then it's at like, honestly, like 300,000. I'm like, what is going on? This is crazy. I'm smiling. I'm so happy. I'm like showing everyone. The likes were going up. I was gaining a ton of subscribers. And from that one video, I think it fully reached like 650k views. And from that one video alone, I believe I gained over like 1,000, like maybe 1,200 subscribers. So I was already up well past 2,000 subscribers, which was insane. And I was like, my God. So then I started thinking, okay, if that video did well, maybe I should try to make more content that is either somewhat similar to it. I don't know, but maybe I should do something that could work out. So I made another video talking about the whole Mr. Beast. There's a famous video of Mr. Beast talking about like, car doors, like a $1,000 car door versus $1 million whatever. And I just used my car and I just acted like it was different. That video then got 200,000 views and I gained subscribers. So the point that I'm making at is that I experimented with different things and I found a video style that worked. And it was successful, which I was really happy about. So that was something that was really beneficial for my channel. And I was like, okay, like maybe I should just keep doing this. And for a bit, the views maybe weren't 600,000 views. They weren't like the same as what I was getting, but at least the content was doing well. That is awesome. So, okay, where do I go from here? I was like, I need to just do some type of content that is consistent. And so with YouTube Shorts, I knew that I needed to post at least minimum, like honestly, at least 2 shorts a day. Because I think if you only post one YouTube short, it's not really going to do... It's not like... Think about it like this. Let's say you are a fisherman, okay? It's a bunch of fish in the sea. Fish, well, the analogy is the viewers. All these viewers are in the sea, okay? And you're the fisherman trying to get those views. Let's say you only throw one rod out there, just one line for the entire day. You're probably only going to get one fish. If anything, maybe you would get more. Who knows? Maybe use a net and you're trying to capture. But the point that I'm getting at is that if you only do it one time, if you only try something once, you're not going to... The likelihood of you having a lot more success because of only one attempt is not going to be as good as if you try more often. So the thing about it is like, okay, if you make more content and you experiment and you try different things and maybe one type of video does better than others, then maybe use that as the way that you can grow on YouTube, and try to replicate other people. So that's something that I also want to talk about in this video, is trying, not copying. I don't like how people say that you copy other people's content or you steal. I hear that term all the time. You're stealing someone's content. That is not true. Any person alive has done something or taken away an idea or a concept that someone else has already done. It's like basketball. People replicate styles of basketball players that have already had success. Think about how many people tried to play like Michael Jordan and have used a lot of his own moves, things like that, as a part of their game. So if you have someone like Mr. Beast, who is a big YouTuber, and maybe, you're like, what could I take maybe from his video? Is there a concept that he's doing that could do really well? Then apply that to your video. It's not stealing. You're literally just using that as inspiration. And Mr. Beast has said it in a video before. He's like, if you want to use my type of like my ideas, like go ahead and do it. Like I think that's something to really think about. And try to find people that are in your kind of like niche, or maybe like what your style is, So something that I wanted to recommend, if you download the whole YouTube Studio app, it's on the Play Store. I believe it's also on the Google Play or Google, whatever it may be. But when you go to the dashboard, it will have information about your channel. And there's going to be a section that says analytics. And at the top, I'll try to show you guys here, there's going to be a part that says audience. Now, the reason this is here is that you can actually find channels that your audience watches within the last like 30 days. So right now I can see different channels that, people are watching, and I can see what they're doing well, maybe a channel that has a lot more subscribers than I do, and see like, what is this channel doing? What are people liking about this channel that maybe is doing better than mine? So that is one thing that you could do, is finding channels that have like, similar videos to yours or maybe different stuff. And I think that's honestly an important thing, is just trying to find like other people that are doing what you want to do, and trying to grow from there. So that's something that's really crazy. So this guy, his name is The Man with the Hat. That is his channel, has 241,000 subscribers. And if I see a video that maybe I'm like, oh wait, like this, maybe like this could be like useful, right? Or maybe I could try to replicate this kind of video as well. Try it and see how it works, right? There's no such thing as stealing. Now, if you are gonna take someone's video and literally record it, not change it whatsoever, and then post that video, I do think that's wrong. Now, there's a difference between clips, like using someone's clips, that's different. But if you are going to say that you made this video when clearly it wasn't you that made the video, I think that's like where you draw the line. You're like, okay, like clearly, this is like BS what you're talking about. So that is kind of like my take on that. But where I really saw growth was honestly YouTube Shorts, finding a short idea that worked really well, and then just experimenting with long form video. And that's something that I'm still trying to do. I still have, I wouldn't say an issue per se, but trying to be better about the long form video. Now the live streams, this is a great topic. Glad I brought this up. Live streams on YouTube are probably the most broken thing. Now, why do I say broken? I don't mean that they're physically broken. When I say the word broken, it's like a term referring to video games. Like if a weapon is broken, it's just a really good weapon. It does really well, and like it needs to be fixed. Live streams on YouTube, and the reason why I say they're broken is YouTube has a whole thing called watch hours. What that means is that to become monetized on YouTube, you have to reach a certain amount of watch hours. The way it works is if you want to become fully monetized, you need to either have 4,000 watch hours within a year, or number two, you need to have over 10 million YouTube Shorts views. And once you do that, you can then become monetized either on your YouTube Shorts, your long-term video. And I think live streams might also have ads. But that's how you pretty much get paid either from someone donating to your live stream, or, maybe a company sends you a product, you do a review for their thing. Or lastly, you make money off of ads that play on your video. So the reason why live streams are so broken is that you actually can use the views from your live stream to count towards your watch hours. So the thing is, if someone joins your live stream, they're watching whatever, that can count towards you becoming monetized. So what I always would recommend as a small YouTuber, if you're just starting out, is try doing live streams. And just whatever your niche may be, just go live and make videos. And make as many live streams as you can. I wouldn't say do multiple live streams every day, but at least I would say if you really are trying to become a big YouTuber, at least a YouTuber that's consistent, I would probably honestly say try to shoot anywhere for 3 to 5 live streams throughout the week. I don't believe in someone just doing one live stream, because the popular streamers on whatever platform, they're doing it on a consistent basis for a long time, so people will know that this person is going to be live streaming this day. But if you're a YouTuber, that's what I'd recommend. So now I want to jump into what are the secrets, what can help you to grow your YouTube, right? What could be something that benefits you as a YouTuber that maybe has worked for me. So I'm a big believer in I'm not gonna purposely hide anything. I'm not one of those people where I'm this works for me, I'm not gonna share with you. That's not the type of person that I am. I want you to succeed. And I'm not asking you to pay me money. I'm not one of those gurus where I'm I'm gonna charge you $100 for a course where it's just absolute BS. So what worked for me? I did research and I tried to find if there was any platform that could help me to come up with ideas for videos. So there were 2 platforms that I looked at. There was a platform called TubeBuddy, so TubeBuddy, and there was also a platform called vidIQ. So I looked at it, and these are platforms that are used by very big YouTubers. And the whole point of it is that it is a tool that can make your videos better. Now, what does that mean? vidIQ is a service where, and this is not sponsored, they're not paying me for it. I pay for the service. They will generate keywords for you, hashtags, titles, thumbnails. They'll do research for you. They'll find what's trending. It is one of the best platforms I have seen for a content creator ever. What this thing can do using AI and just research and SEO in general is insane. So why is this applicable to someone like you, or if you're trying to become a YouTuber? You need to trust that numbers are telling the truth, okay? as a YouTuber in the past, I've always been like, okay, like, you know, this video maybe will do well, or like whatever it may be. You need to do research, and like to make your chance of your video being seen or doing well, do your research and see like what is going to make this video better. So that could be a title that is more likely for someone to click or like read it and say, oh, like this could be better. Like if you have a title that says like, I don't know, pandas jumping off of a skyscraper, like that is like something you're like interesting. It's like, dude, like what the heck? Like, wait, in this video, did pandas actually jump off a skyscraper? Or like a more boring title could just be like skyscraper pandas, and it just like that doesn't make as much sense. So like, does the video serve a purpose to the viewer? Does it show some type of interest? That's something. Another one is keywords. So when someone types something on YouTube, let's say they're typing in, I don't know, a $1 million car. If you don't write anything in your description, in the title, anything like that about $1 million car, why would your video show up to someone who's searching that? So using the right keywords. Hashtags are the same thing. So using hashtags that are specific to what your content is. Another one is the thumbnail. So I can tell you so many times where you scroll on a video, and rather than looking at what the title of the video is, you just look at what the thumbnail is. And if it seems like a thumbnail that is interesting, you then read what the video is, and then you'll probably click. Or some people just literally click because they see a thumbnail. So that is like something that you need to think about, is the preparation before you post something. Okay. So what is another tip? I think this is okay. I do believe that you can make content regardless of what device you have. I think like if you have a really expensive camera, or if you have, I don't know, like maybe an old iPhone, I believe that you can do that. I am gonna say this though. I believe, I objectively would say right now that iPhone is 1,000 times better for content creation than Android. I like Android phones. I had one for a long time. I made a lot of videos talking about Android devices and why they're so good. Like that, I was a big advocate for that. You can go back on my channel and see how I trashed Apple. But the thing about Apple is that all of these apps like YouTube Studio are all designed for the iPhone. They just are. It's easier. The whole camera when you're live streaming, that's a big thing. So if you have an iPhone, I feel like you already are at an advantage. That's not saying that you can't do well if you have an Android and you're a YouTuber. But I would honestly say if you are a YouTuber, you really need to have an iPhone. Like that could honestly be an old iPhone, but having one. The reason why is like when you do a live stream on an Android, it doesn't come out clear for whatever reason. And I think, again, it's because of that, why the app is designed for the iPhone. So that's just what I would recommend. The other thing that I think the iPhone does really well is the wide angle lens. I know you can do that on, you know, different devices as well, but that's honestly what I would say. That's what I would say about it, to be quite honest. So I talked about vidIQ, talked about the iPhone, I talked about live streaming. Another tip that's really helped me is writing on your community part of your channel. So when someone is scrolling, they're subscribed to you. If you have something that's posted on your community tab, that could either be, maybe I'm gonna upload a video today, I just posted a video, go like it. Here's a poll, answer the poll. You're creating more engagement, and more people are going to be like, oh, Evan Peter YT is making a post about this or that. So it not only benefits you, but it makes your community kind of stronger. And I think that is, you know, important. Something that a lot of people neglect as well is commenting and replying back to someone who made a comment on your video. This could be in a live stream, this could be on a video, this could be on a YouTube short. I think it goes a long way when a creator not only likes someone's comment, but also comments on that comment. Because what that shows is that you care for what someone had to say. You took time out of your day to find that person's comment and reply to it. And I think if I was a viewer and a creator replied to my comment, I'd be like, oh damn, like that's actually like really nice of them. Like they didn't have to do that, or like, oh, they liked what I said. Maybe I should check out their channel. It's little things like that. If you really think about it, at the end of the day, what YouTube's goal is that they want to keep people on their platform. I'm personally like, I think Mr. Beast said that, but I think at the end of the day, what YouTube wants is for someone to click on a video, watch the video, and then stay on YouTube. I think that's the main goal, because that's how you make money. That's why this company makes so much money, is that people are on the platform, they're watching consistently. You have creators that make videos, that whole thing. But if you are, if you're engaging with an audience, they're more likely to stay on YouTube, right? Like, let's say you comment and someone has a notification that, oh, Evan Peter liked your comment and commented back. That's going to bring you back to YouTube. Now, that's not always my intention. Like, I personally like engaging with the audience. That's why I love doing live streams, because I think it's really cool to like interact with people. But that is something to think about as a, as a smaller YouTuber. Sorry, I had to pause that. But what I was referring to as a mistake that a lot of YouTubers do is the whole sub for sub. I think that is probably the worst thing you could do for your channel, and I'm going to explain why. It is very easy to fall in the habit of wanting to sub for sub, because that means that you're probably going to gain subscribers. And I know it does work, right? But let's put it this way. If you were, I don't know, let's say you're a store, and in this store, all these people come in and you're just saying, just come into my store, okay? That doesn't guarantee that everyone's going to buy something. That just means that you're going to have a lot of people. Now, that is possible. That does mean that because of how many people come into your store, you do have a chance that someone is going to buy something. However, let's say you don't make good content. Like, let's just be honest. Let's say you don't make good content. Let's say you're just not in the niche that some of these people like. It's like all of these people are going to sub to you, but then they're probably going to unsub because they don't really like the content that you make. And it's just a waste of time. It's also like you're building an audience that isn't really based on the type of stuff you make. You're just doing it like synthetically, which in long term, in my opinion, doesn't really last that long. I've done sub for sub. This was on an old channel that I had. It really was not beneficial, to be quite honest with you. I think it was a waste of time. But I understand why a lot of people do it. The whole follow for follow thing that obviously happened on Instagram. And I think it kind of transitioned over to YouTube because people are like, oh, if I do that, then people are going to watch my channel and subscribe. And I don't think that actually works. And I see it all the time. So that's also something that I would honestly stay away from if you're a YouTuber. And if you're trying to like grow your channel, I would just stay away. Don't fall into that trap of doing that. Another thing that I think is really important is just to enjoy making videos. I think it's easy to fall into the trap of making videos for the sake of making content, and maybe it's not something that you enjoy. I would honestly say, like, if you, like, I say this over and over, but I think if you don't enjoy YouTube, I really don't think you're going to do well on this platform. This is a platform that takes a long time. There are cases of people growing very quickly, but I don't think that is remotely even close to what the average person's experience is like on YouTube. I don't think everyone starts out YouTube and within their first 100 videos they go viral. I don't think that happens. I think that for some people it does, but you have to look at this as like, you're not going to be making money off of YouTube for a long time. That's just the nature of it. And if you don't have that passion to even make videos, it's not going to last long. That's why so many people give up on YouTube and they start channels and they don't last long, is because it's hard to not be rewarded for some of the content that you make. I get that. I understand that feeling. When you're posting videos and you're getting 0 views and no one's liking your video, you're not going up in subscribers. It's kind of like, why would you want to make more content, right? Like, if no one's watching my stuff, like, what the heck? But once you get that one subscriber, that one person, that every video they're liking your video, that's what matters, is someone who's going to be. That's why I was referring to subscribers. Shout out to Maximus. Shout out to Serbo Bosnia. Shout out to TTV, JPR. Just shout out to the people that constantly come back to your channel and show you that support, regardless of whatever the video may be. And that is the type of audience that you want to have, is people that they're going to be there for you. Now, of course, there's going to be content that you're going to make. People aren't going to like it. I mean, talk about the election. I made videos about the election and I stated who I was supporting. I was supporting Donald Trump. I voted for Donald Trump. He's now president. And I had a lot of people that were really upset with that perspective and they unsubscribed to me. They were like, Evan, why would you post that? I don't want to watch your content anymore. You gotta understand something. YouTube, people are gonna like your content on some days, and they're not gonna like your content on other days. And you also cannot take what people say on the internet seriously, especially as a small YouTuber. I have had so many comments on other videos, especially other channels as well, but people will like shit on your videos and be like, you suck, you're a small YouTuber, you're never going to become big, like, nice try, good luck. You can't give up. You can't allow these people to dictate, your success on YouTube, because it's not going to help you out. It's just not going to be a good situation. So that's what I would say about that whole thing. So my last kind of take about this whole YouTube situation is, if you have a passion, search for the right tools, use some of the tips that I gave you, and just be consistent, and don't think that you're going to become successful overnight. I think you have a good shot at least doing pretty well on YouTube. That would be my honest opinion, based on someone who's created multiple channels, done all that different stuff. So what does this mean for my channel? Why am I doing this? I really like talking to people. I think this is a direction that makes me passionate about YouTube, about content, is getting to talk to people, sitting down, having conversations. That is something that I think would be really interesting. I really do like talking to people, getting to know more about maybe their life or what they do or their thoughts or opinions. I think that is something that just really deep inside really just fuels me. So you are going to be seeing some more podcasts on the channel, and hopefully get some cool people on here. If you guys know anyone that maybe would want to sit down, I don't know, for a podcast, comment down below. Eventually, who knows? Maybe I could be talking to Joe Rogan. You don't know. You don't know what may happen, but at least attempting and trying is better than not doing anything at all. So thank you to everyone who stuck by in this first episode of the podcast. I hope everyone has a great day, and take care. Peace out. Bye. Thank you for watching the Evan Peter podcast.